Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my 2023 predictions, where I share my mystical predictions for the next year in makeup, what I think we're going to see, what I'm highly confident we are going to see. I'm also going to have a quick reflection on last year's predictions and see what I got right, what we saw this year that I predicted a year ago. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting off with my 2022 predictions, just looking at this list, I smashed it, okay? I smashed it out of the park. There was a couple of misses, I'll hold my hands up. There was a couple of products we didn't see that I was confident we would, but generally I did amazing. Okay, I smashed it. So my 2022 predictions were Lisa Eldridge Primer and Concealer. Okay, I take it. We didn't see it. We didn't see it. I take it on the chin. Also, Pat McGrath bronzers. We didn't see them in 2022. That was one that I was very confident about and we didn't see it. Again, I'll suck that one up. I'll take the hit, okay? I was wrong. Twice I was wrong. Now let's get into the good stuff. Natasha Denona Retro Palette. Not only did we get one of those, we got two of those. So I'll take 2 points for that one. I also predicted a Charlotte Tilbury concealer. I predicted that we would see Charlotte Tilbury improve on her previous concealer, the existing concealer she had in her line, and we absolutely saw that 100%. I also predicted that ABH would have like one of their classic eyeshadows that started all of the hype around this brand. I predicted that we would have another one of those. We've been missing it for a long time and I will take that one as well. The Nouveau palette from ABH came out this year and it was exactly what I was expecting and hoping that we were going to see from ABH. A palette that was, you know, back to their like heyday, back to their Norvina, sultry, modern renaissance, back to that era of those beautiful, you know, does what it says on the tin, wonderful color story, great solid formulas in a really nice solid packaging. We saw it, we got Nouveau, and they're kind of finding their way back to the path, I feel. I also predicted that Wayne Goss would bring out foundation and concealer, so I guess that was like a 50% yes, 50% no. So again, not a bad prediction because he brought out foundation, okay? I also predicted Victoria Beckham would bring out highlighters, and she did. She brought out her highlighter stick, another tick for me. Now the next one, again, I'll take half of it but not the other half. So I predicted that Huda Beauty would bring out a concealer, another concealer. Obviously they previously had their super full coverage tube concealer, and this year they brought out my new Holy Grail concealer. I did get the type of concealer wrong. I was expecting to see like a light, very natural concealer to go along with like her aesthetic with bringing out more natural products, more sheer foundations, that sort of skin product. So it's definitely a more sort of full coverage, full glam concealer than I was expecting, but it was a concealer, okay? So I'm going to take 50% of that one. And lastly, I predicted a Pat McGrath Neutrals palette, which again, we didn't see what I was hoping for, which would be like an all neutrals, you know, say sort of 3 or 4 neutral mattes, and then, you know, just all neutral shimmers. So we definitely didn't see exactly that, but I will say that I find Mothership X, if you take out a couple of shades, it's about as neutral as we've seen from the brand. You know, it's definitely closer. So I'll maybe take 10% of that one. So let's just say I did very, very well with my predictions last year. Very well. A very high success rate. I also, before we get going with this year's predictions, want to just state for the record, I don't include anything here that I know is coming. Anything that I've seen, that I've heard is coming, anything that we kind of know on the rumor mill we're going to see. I don't include anything like that. This is completely only like blind predictions or guesses, depending on, you know, what you want to call them. So I haven't heard or seen anything about any of these predictions. These are just what I expect based on like what is missing, what I want, and a bit of wishful thinking, if you like. So for 2023, I'm going to repeat one of the ones that we failed on last year, and that's Lisa Eldridge concealers and primer. Okay, I know they're coming. I was sure they were coming this year, and I kind of, this is based on absolutely nothing, by the way. I don't know anything about this, but I feel like maybe they were supposed to come this year, and with all of the delays and everything like that, maybe there was a delay. We know that Lisa is a perfectionist. She's not going to put out something if it's not 100% exactly her vision. So I wonder whether maybe these were supposed to come in 2022, and I was right all along, okay? That's what I'm saying. But I think we're going to see these in 2023. They are like what is missing and what is very Lisa as well, you know. I think we'll eventually see everything in every category from Lisa's brand. But I feel, you know, Lisa and skin and gorgeous and stunning like you, but better, very natural, glamorous, understated classic beauty. I feel like a primer is what we need. A perfecting, glorious, smoothing, flattering primer that's going to give us really long wearing makeup. And concealers, again, very natural, very flattering, very long wearing, very low maintenance type of concealer. Maybe it would be like a pot concealer potentially. That's what I think we're going to see from Lisa in 2023. I'm saying it again, it's coming, I'm sure of it. Next up, this is a riskier one. I'm less sure about this one, but I'm going to say Victoria Beckham foundation. Again, I feel like that's coming. She's had a primer for a very long time, but no other sort of complexion products. We've not got concealer, we've not got foundation, we've not got powder. She's gone straight into like cheek products, which I guess are probably less complex. So I'm thinking 2023 might be the year we see foundation from Victoria Beckham. It wouldn't surprise me. Maybe something very light, natural, probably matte, perfecting concealer. That's what I think is coming. Something I can kind of see is like, you know, the Nars sheer matte skin tint, something like that maybe from Victoria Beckham. Watch this space. Now, another product that I'm highly confident about seeing in 2023 is from Haus Labs, and that is concealer. They have a foundation and a powder, but they skipped out on the concealer. That's coming, okay? I'm 100% sure of it, and I'm very excited about it because I flipping love that foundation. I haven't tried the powder, but I have heard very good things. So apparently, like, complexion is where it's at for Haus Labs. That's where they seem to be excelling, and their shade ranges, stop it. Amazing. So I'm very excited. I think it will be amazing. I have high hopes for it, and I'm 100% confident that it's coming. I mean, you couldn't go like foundation and powder and then be like 2 years later a concealer comes along. It's got to be 2023. It's got to be. I'm sure of it. Next up, something I think, again, this is based on nothing. I'm not confident about this one, but I suspect we might be seeing from Natasha Denona some reformulations, okay? I'm thinking we might see a reformulated foundation, and I'm absolutely 100% hoping that we see a reformulated concealer. Natasha Denona's brand is highly successful, highly rated, highly respected when it comes to eyeshadows, cheek products, you know, her cream blushes is very good actually, even from, you know, the cream repeller, her highlighters, her lip products. But it's been really, I don't know whether to say disappointing or just bad. We'll say disappointing, it's more polite. Her foundations and concealer, I mean, her concealer was, I'll say bad. I can't not, okay? It was so bad. The worst concealer I remember trying in my life, okay? That's what I'm saying. Foundation also, I haven't tried that, but I haven't seen a lot of good about it. I mean, name me someone who Natasha Denona's foundation is like their holy grail. I'd be shocked if you could, okay? We've been seeing her concealer like slowly going out of stock. Like I don't think they were unaware that it wasn't popular. I don't think they missed that. I think they're aware, and they're either just going to get rid of it and pretend it didn't happen, or we're going to see a new and improved one. And I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a new and improved foundation from Natasha Denona as well. You know, what else can she give us when it comes to eyeshadow? You know, we've had like soft pinks, naturals, we've had some greens, we've had blues, we've had purples, we've had pastels, we've had a rainbow from her Circa palette. We've had pretty much everything we can get in the form of eyeshadows. Surely she's going to readdress her complexion ranges, I think. What do you think? Next up, another repeated prediction, because I cannot see how this isn't going to happen at some point, and that is the Pat McGrath bronzes. they've got to be coming, okay? She gave us blushes, she's given us highlights, she's given us foundation, concealer, she's giving us eyeshadow coming out our eyes. What? She's giving us so much eyeshadow we don't know what to do with ourselves. She's given us bomb lip products in every category. She's even given us mascaras, multiple mascaras now. The one thing missing from that woman's brand, it's bronzes. And I feel like they'll be amazing because her highlights and her blushes are. And I also think the range will be, like, that woman is not going to come out with a range of bronzers that don't run deep enough. That isn't going to happen. We're going to see some really amazing shades, I feel, and I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming this year. It's the one thing left for that brand. It's got to be coming in 2023, and I'm so excited about that. I feel it. I sense it. I can smell them. Another thing, which is wishful thinking for me from Pat McGrath, less confident about this one, is pressed powder, a pressed setting powder. I know we've got her under eye powder, setting powder. She's got a loose powder that isn't very popular. Not a lot of people love that. I don't. It's just very blah to me. But her under eye pressed powder, the best of the best, the smoothest, most seamless, most flattering, stunning, smoothing, like what texture, where, who, we don't know her, powder of all time. I want that bigger in a whole face powder, that exact same powder, but give it to us pressed bigger, more shades, skin tones. Yes, we need that. We would like that in 2023. Thank you so much, Pat. Thanks for we love it. We love you. Thank you. Now, a brand I spoke about in last year's predictions that I always see redoing and improving products that are kind of lacking in their range. Last year, we talked about how I expected them to improve on their concealer offering, and they did. They definitely brought out a much better concealer than their previous offering this year. They did it the year before with their mascaras. They're revamping all of the time. The next thing I expect to see Charlotte Tilbury kind of revamp for her brand is her blush and highlight offering. Now, we've got the Beauty Light ones, which went super viral on TikTok this year and had a bit of a resurgence, but they're really very limited shades there. There's really only a couple of shades that you could really use as a blush, and only on lighter skin tones. Her powder blushes have been around for a very long time, same formula, same shades. We haven't even really seen a new shade for years in her blush formula. We also have only seen like limited edition highlighters in powder form from the brand, and then her Beauty Light ones. So what I'm really hoping for, because this would be exciting for me, is singles blushes from Charlotte Tilbury, new shades, maybe even a new formula. I love her original formula, so I'm good with that, but I want new shades this year. And permanent range of powder highlighter singles, again in a range of shades. That I'd be really excited for. I'm kind of 50-50 on how realistic I think this is. I think it's needed. I think it would be a huge hit for the brand in her new, more exciting packaging. I think it would do very, very well. Whether or not we'll see it remains to be seen. Next up, another one that I'm highly confident about, and that is Gucci highlighters. They brought out a face gloss, which was like, no thank you, but I'm talking highlighters. They've already given us phenomenal bronzers, phenomenal blushes. Where are the powder highlighters, Gucci? Where are they? Okay. I'm excited about this. The thought, the premise of like 3 or 4 shades of highlighter in the stunning packaging that they always give us. I love Gucci cheek products, the bronzer and the blush. They have the most beautiful, luminous, soft, luminous, glowing, smoothing properties in those cheek powders. I feel like the highlighters from that brand would be glorious and right up my street. So I'm really hoping that I'm right, because I think it's a very natural next step for the brand. Again, they've got pretty much everything else. They've got foundation, they've got blush, they've got bronzers, they've got powder, they've got eyeshadow. Oh, we want the highlighters next, and we are excited. And next up, one I'm not really confident about, but I would like to see, and I really would be interested what this would be like, and that's Hermes bronzers. Now, Hermes, like a bit like Gucci, they brought out blushes and highlighters, but they don't have bronzers. So they're kind of like the opposite of Gucci. Gucci are missing highlights, Hermes are missing bronzers, okay? So I wasn't overly ecstatic with Hermes's blushes, I feel like they could have been better, a bit more exciting, a bit more wow factor. Certainly the packaging could be. I do really love their highlighter, their permabrass highlighter. I think that's stunning. Really, really like that one of my favorites. So yeah, I feel like bronzers, I would like them to upgrade their packaging because it's very thin, feels light, doesn't feel as luxurious as the price tag and the name would suggest. But yeah, I get an inkling we might be seeing bronzers from Hermes this year because again, it's the missing piece, the missing link in their offering for the cheeks, you know. So there you have it. Those are my predictions of makeup in 2023 that I hope, that I wish, that I suspect we're going to see. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I hope not. Please don't be wrong. I want to be right about all of this, okay? Do you have any predictions of your own? Have you heard any rumours? Let us know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.